Full disclosure, news and commentary number 2020. What the hell took so long, you may be asking? I just wanted to make sure the speakers were all set up and the microphone was working and all that stuff. Anybody else, a pro, would have tried it out and then, oh gosh, we'll just reshoot. But not me, motherfuckers. Not me. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Yeah, everybody loves that song. When I hear that song, you know what I think of? I think of Mark Wahlberg finger banging Reese Witherspoon on the roller coaster in the movie Fear. Why do I bring that up? Fuck if I know, but it's awesome and it's true, right? If you've seen the movie Fear, and now that you have the context of what I was thinking about when I heard that song, now I will sing the song again. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. And now all of a sudden you're seeing Mr. fucking Good Vibrations and the fucking five head from Sweet Home Alabama getting finger banged on a roller coaster. Welcome to Full Disclosure. I'm going to lead with the commentary. The commentary is going to be about Southern Fried's show and what it means for the Georgia wrestling scene. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a brutal one. It's going to be an awesome one. You're definitely going to tune in for that and just stay throughout this video. If you just want to skip ahead, what you can do is you can fuck yourself because you should be watching the whole video anyway. Special thanks to my Patreon patrons. I actually remembered to do it this video. That's very exciting. Logan, thanks for the $1 a month, but you get a mention for that $1. Congratulations. But he really should donate $5 a month, because what do you get? The weekly videos, just like Brian does, just like Rob does, just like Myron does, just like the Double Dropkick Show does. Yay! That number's increasing and growing, as are the number of subscribers. I believe I'm up to 108. Super exciting. My kids are not around. Otherwise, we would do the celebration. We will do the celebration soon with them. I saw in early news that Ricky Morton responded for Billy Bell about, in theory, about the parody that I did of Billy Bell making fun of the mullet. And so now they're going to have the mullet march. Damn it, Ricky Morton's going to help him do the mullet march. Gary Lamb hilariously on Facebook called a full surrender. I can't fight against Ricky Morton. And so I suppose I should do the fuck no, I'm not going to do the same. But Ricky Morton's an icon. I agree. Ricky Morton's phenomenal. I agree. But Billy Bell sucks balls. So am I going to do some kind of parody? Am I going to have something to say about what Ricky Morton said about me indirectly? You goddamn right. Stay tuned for that shit. What's it going to involve? My kids dressed as the Rock and Roll Express? That would be fucked up. Something to look forward to. All right, let's look at the shows that happened. We're going to start with, strangely, Intense Wrestling, which was listed as a crowd of 150, but somebody in the know said they described it as 130-ish. I'm going to go with 130-ish. 150 is not that much of an exaggeration, but if somebody who's in the know is telling me 130-ish, I'm going to go with that. Appreciate the honesty, which is coming in increasing supply from promoters everywhere. I appreciate it. Okay, let's talk about APW drawing 78. Cool. Action wrestling motherfuckers. 230 paid, 255. Hot ass show. Slim, J, and AC Mac. How much do I love seeing wrestlers who are in the top 10, especially two guys that are climbing up that top 10, have a phenomenal match that stole that show. Rob Rod did the report about it. And Action is clearly hitting on all cylinders. My clip of the week that I'm loving is Matt Griffin flying off the top rope, or kind of jumping and gravity doing the work, and him bowling all over those motherfuckers and bowling them over. I thought it was awesome. And something else I liked about that spot that's subtle that I haven't seen anybody talk about. I hate dive into crowd spots because they usually look so fucking set up. Kudos to the action crew who caught Matt Griffin because it did not look like set up horseshit. It actually came together at a natural moment where they were there for Matt Griffin, but not telegraphing it. Is that a big thing? It is to me. So I like that spot a lot. Total Aggression Pro at 86. Weird that their crowds are not growing. So weird. That crowd where they drew 120, 130. And ever since then, they haven't cracked 100. So weird. Wonder why that is. Couldn't be because they lied about their crowds before. And now they're being painfully honest about them because they know people are watching and counting. Couldn't be that. Of course not. Capitol Wrestling in Tennessee. Huge building. Great cause. You want to check out Scott Hensley's report about it. But 77 drawn in that huge fucking building. And only 63 stayed for the main event. Agony, agony, pain, pain, pain. Something else I want to talk about, and there's a bunch of great shows coming up this weekend. We'll see if I have to do a but wait there's more, and then I can go more in depth about the shows that are coming up this next weekend. But I wanted to talk about Creative Con featuring Bushido Wrestling drew 60. Again, an honest number given by somebody who would know. But it sort of sparked me to talk about this. The Bermuda Triangle, the rivalry betwixt North Carolina promotions. By the way, South Carolina promotions, where the fuck you at? Where the fuck you at? Nobody ever talks about them. They never talk about them shits, as the kids say, right? But in North Carolina, come on and raise up. I would take this shirt off. But it's too gorgeous. Look at it. Oh, who's got the motherfucking shirts, y'all? Stephen Platinum. By the way, for the people who are sending me shirts, first of all, you fucking rule. Let me make that crystal fucking clear. You fucking rule. The money that I've gotten on PayPal recently from wrestlers, more people signing up for the Patreon. I fucking love it. And the people who want to send me shirts so I have more cool ass shit to wear, bless you. I need to go get a Pio Box because I ain't trying to have people send stuff to my house for various reasons. Not that I'm saying I'm so famous that people are going to try to fucking fuck with me. Better safe than sorry. That's what people are teaching me about the interwebs. So I'm going to have that Pio Box. I'm going to put that below as part of a thing. If you want to send me shit, etc., not actual shit. Let me make that clear. I was going to make a joke about a wrestler who's into that kind of thing. But I'm going to spare us all or save it for a Patreon video. Moving on. PWX. Viral. Bushido. These motherfuckers hate each other. Now, they might not hate each other in equal measure. PWX clearly doesn't care for Viral. Viral clearly doesn't care for PWX. Viral does not care for Bushido in the least. And Bushido doesn't like those motherfuckers at all. Between Bushido and PWX, the animosity doesn't seem to be quite the same. But make no mistake about it, these three guys are not friends with each other. Unless there's a Girardian triangle thing where two of them work against one of the others. But they do not fucking like each other. I thought Georgia Promotions had rivalries, but these three guys, check this shit out. So Viral, apparently one of their sponsors is one of the stories I've heard. Another is just that they're flat out paying for it. I tend to believe the sponsor thing, but it's whatever. They took out billboards, the fucking video billboards, right next to where PWX runs most of their shows. Advertising their show, which is, drum roll, 3 hours away. You want to talk about motherfucking spite? When you're putting up billboards, paying real money for that shit just to spite for a show that you're doing that's 3 hours away. Now, some would argue, well, that's their target audience and blah, blah, blah. And let's be honest, in North Carolina, what are we talking about crowd-wise? We're really talking about 400 to 500 people tops. That's what these crowds top off at. Let's be honest with ourselves, right? Does PWX make money? Perhaps, but if they do, it's not much. And at one point, they weren't making any, in fact, losing money, right? What kind of money is Viral making? It's been hit or miss, but I think it's safe to say their last show that drew 400 probably made a pretty good coin. And this next show is interesting enough that Larry was talking to me today about going to it. The ultimate honor, right? And Bushido, who a lot of people like telling me, at their last show, they had, 70 of those tickets were given away. But then I was told that maybe it was actually more of a sponsor thing, that a sponsor bought a bunch of tickets, in which case I fully count those as paid tickets. In my mind, you may have a different opinion. People do have opinions different than mine. There's a word for that. It's usually wrong. But these three groups do not like each other. I can't wait to see what happens. People have asked me before, would I cover the Carolinas as extensively as I do Georgia? I know Georgia. Most of my contacts are in Georgia. I have a vested interest in Georgia wrestling. However, Georgia wrestling history, in spite of that name of the website, gwhnewsandnotes.blogspot.com, by the way, does cover wrestling in other parts of the country. If there's a Tennessee story of interest, I'm going to cover it. The North Carolina thing, I just wanted to set up for you guys because I find it an interesting story and I'll have more to say about it later. But people in Florida now are catching on. Hello, Florida friends. And asking me to cover the Florida scene. Honestly, I don't go to a lot of shows in general. However, if people want to spill the tea in different states, I'm more than willing to listen. But Georgia is where I'm going to focus most of my attention for the record. Speaking of Georgia wrestling, Stranglehold is going to run in the place where AWN used to run. And now that they have successfully, meaning AWN, finagled Eric Nelson and Stranglehold into picking up the fucking tab in that building. Suckers! Now Stranglehold's going to do something big. Rumor has it, and I normally would not say this rumor, but it was substantiated by a second person. So I'm going to throw it out there. Apparently, if you will recall the 10-second video, 11-second video, if you count the rolling, yeah, and the... by the way, if you haven't watched that video of my kids ripping them to fucking shreds, you need to go watch that shit. That was a spiking the football episode, by the way. There was the big guy holding on to the ropes. That's the Extreme Phenom. The fucking lamest indie-tastic name of all time. Extreme Phenom! Holy fucking shit. That blueberry pie-eating son of a bitch. That was one. And then the like sort of methed out looking dude with the backwards hat that my kid kept impersonating with the young. That was Dangerous Danny Horn, who is no friend of mine and hasn't been for a number of years because that asshole used to just put up spoilers of wrestling as he was watching the live show. He would sort of just put out fucking shit about it. And so one time I sort of called him out on it. I'm like, hey, I don't even watch wrestling anymore, but even I know that this is a dick move and you shouldn't do it. And he got mad and he blocked me because that's how they handle it in the old school. I'm going to block you. That'll teach you. Anyway, that's Dangerous Danny Horn, a guy that's been begging to get on shows for years. And everybody listening to me knows that this is true, right? Danny Horn's just always begging and he's always sniffing around the locker room and, you know, he makes fucking Dennis Stamp look like the fucking Rock, right? As far as how wanted he is on his show. Anyway, supposedly a match that Stranglehold's doing, and right now I can see them holding their bated breath. Is Steven Platinum really gonna fucking let the cat out of the bag? Could Steven Platinum, who, as people love to point out, is in his living room in Florida, and what the fuck does he know about Georgia wrestling? And he thinks he's this fucking insider, but he doesn't know anything, and he couldn't possibly know that we're planning to do Danny Horn versus Sabu. What the fuck, Stranglehold? Oh shit, what is this? Oh, it's a bag that I'm holding. That's me letting the cat out of it. What the fuck is that match? Makes me sad for Sabu. Makes me sad for wrestling in general. But it's so fucking awful-tastic. I'll say this. If they actually planned on booking that match, and if they actually go through with that match of dangerous Danny Horn against Sabu, I might show up to that motherfucker. And they wouldn't even have to worry about giving me a free ticket, because I know they need as many people as possible to buy tickets to that horse shit. It's time for the commentary.